As much as I absolutely love using many of my stamps for my card making, very often I just can't find the exact sentiment that I want for a particular card. And that's where I turn to my Cricut, because it can help me to easily make sentiments for my cards. My name is Kelly, and let's get clacking. In Cricut Design Space on the home page, we're going to click on New Project, which will take us to the canvas, which is where we're going to design all of our aspects for our sentiment that we're going to create. We are going to be using the text function on the left-hand side of the screen. So we're going to click on text, and it will open up a text box. Now I'm going to type in the sentiment that I'm going to use, and just to keep this simple, I'm going to use happy birthday, but I'm going to show you how we're going to make it just exactly the way that I want it. So I'm going to type in happy birthday, and from here we're going to change the font. So with your text selected, you will be able to click on the drop down menu underneath font. And here you will see a few different options. The first one is all of the Cricut fonts. So those are all the fonts that are as part of the Cricut Access subscription, which is around $10 or 100 Rand a month. Or some of them are fonts that you will have to buy outright, as they're not part of the Access subscription. When you look at these fonts, you will see on the right-hand side of the font, it'll have a little green banner with an A. That means that it is a Cricut Access font. So that means that you will have to have your Access subscription active in order to use that font. Even if you cancel it at a later stage, you will not be able to recreate this project until you have reactivated Cricut Access. So if you don't have Cricut Access, you may want to look under the second tab, which is System. Those are all of the fonts that you have installed on your computer. It is a font that you've gone to a font website, maybe like Creative Fabrica, and downloaded a font and installed it to your computer. You will not have to pay to use that font, as it is your font to use. So we're going to click on System and see all of the fonts that are installed to our computer. Cricut Design Space does give you a preview of the font, so you can scroll through and look for a type of font that you want. Now I want a nice script type font that I can use for this happy birthday sentiment, but not one that is too thin because it might be difficult at the size that we're working with. I'm going to be using this analog script font, and because I really like this font and I want to use it again in the future and not have to scroll through all of the fonts to keep finding it, I'm going to click the little banner which says bookmark. So once I've bookmarked this font, it'll say font bookmarked, and then it will appear in the third tab. So all of my favorite fonts that I use regularly will be in this tab here. So you don't have to keep scrolling through the hundreds of fonts that you have. You can just isolate your favorite ones and they will all be available here. The last tab is also recent. So all of the fonts that I've used lately will appear here in this section. So I don't have to keep going back to bookmarked every time. If I've used it in the last few projects, it should be here. I'm now going to click on the canvas to exit the font section, and we can see that my sentiment has loaded. Yay. Now that we have the design the way that we want it, we next need to try and connect all of the letters and maybe reduce the gaps a little bit and change how it looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the advanced option, and I'm going to say ungroup to letters. So what this does is it makes each individual letter separate from each other, so we can play around with them a little bit. I'm going to separate the words so that we can play with them separately, and I'm going to start with happy. So I'm going to select the A and move it so that it connects a little bit better with the H, and then start playing around with some of the other letters. Once I like the way that they are set up, and this is totally personal preference, what you can do is select all of the letters and come down to the bottom of the screen where it says Combine. Click on that and select Weld. This makes it one solid object so that all the letters are connected to each other and that they will cut out as one solid object. So we don't have to worry about placing letters down individually. I'm then going to do exactly the same to the word birthday and just link the letters up so that they all cut as one piece. If you want to, you can also increase the size of some of the individual letters so that they stand out a little bit more. And then once we are done with that, I'm going to do the same as what I did earlier. Select all of the letters, click Combine, and then click Weld. Now we have our two words. What I'm going to do now is to create an offset for those words. But I first want to make sure that the size is correct. So I'm going to select both of them and see roughly the size that I want to make them. And once again, I'm going to click in any one of the four squares and drag it smaller. Careful to not make it too small, as we don't want to yet cut out very intricate things. So we have 5.55 centimeters and 7.89 centimeters. I think that is a very good size. So now we're going to add an offset to these words. So essentially what that does is it adds a little border on the outside that is easy to cut. Of course, you can add a plain white strip behind it. That's totally up to you. But we're using our Cricut, so we might as well do a fun offset for something different. So I'm going to click on Offset, and that blue line is where it will add the offset. So it is currently set at 0.6 centimeters, which for me is a little bit big. So I'm going to click on this circle here and drag it closer to the line, and you'll see the offset getting smaller. Now this is totally personal preference, however big or small you want the offset to be. 0.3 looks pretty good. 0.28 looks a little bit better. So I'm going to click Apply. And then I'm going to do the same for birthday as well. So I'm going to have birthday selected, click on Offset, and it remembers the size that we used on the previous offset, so you don't need to change it again. You can just click Apply. What I like to do next is to change the colors just to make sure that everything looks right for what I want it to look like in real life. So with the offset selected, I'm going to click on the black square and select the white block, as I'm going to be cutting it out of white cardstock. And I'm going to do the same for the offset on the word happy. Select the offset, click the black block next to the operation, and click white. I'm then going to select the word happy and hold Shift on my keyboard and select birthday as well. And we can see the layers that we have selected on the right hand side of your screen. And I'm going to then click the gray block and change those to black. Now we are done with the designing. I do like to double check the size of the elements before I go to cut, especially because we've added an offset, so it might be a little bit bigger than what I want it to be. 6 centimeters is fine, and 8.45 centimeters is also fine. I could even make that a little bit bigger. Let's make it around 9 centimeters. That is perfectly fine. Remember to not make it too small, as you don't want the hassle of those super intricate cuts just yet. I'm going to click Make It. And now it goes to the section where we can set up the cuts for our machine. So it separates things into two colors, two mats, white and black, because those are the two colors that we chose on our canvas. And Cricut Design Space will automatically optimize things on your mat for optimal results. It's not that smart. It's not always optimal. So you can move things around here on this mat if you know things will work a little bit better. So now we're going to click Continue and connect to the machine. And here is where I turn on my machine. So I'm going to open it up and press the power button. Your machine can either be connected via Bluetooth or via a cable. I prefer Bluetooth because my machine lives on the other side of the room. Once it has picked up your machine, you will notice that mine does say, please check that your machine is connected. It's giving me a little error. I can ignore that error because I see the material selection just underneath it. It always does this if I first click continue and then turn the machine on. If you want to, you can click refresh. If it makes you feel more comfortable, you can click refresh and it'll reconnect to the machine. It's totally up to you. Either way works just fine. Now is a section where you get to choose the type of material you are cutting. If you're going to be cutting lots of sentiments and you want to make many different titles, please make sure that you have done your test cut first, that you've cut just one thing to make sure that you have the correct setting for the type of cardstock that you are using. We all know scrapbooking paper comes in many different thicknesses and many different types, so we need to make sure that we're getting the right pressure, because too much pressure will tear your cardstock and not enough pressure will not cut through. Both of them will waste your material, so we need to be like Goldilocks and find the one in the middle that is just right. So cut a small little star or a heart or something like that out of the cardstock first, just to make sure that you are getting the right setting. I like to use the cardstock for intricate cuts, especially when I'm going to be cutting the happy birthday, because it is quite intricate, it is quite small. So I want to make sure that nothing is going to tear and it is going to come out clean. I am going to be cutting the same type of material out of both the black and the white cardstock. So I can use this little option here that says remember material settings. So once I'm done with the first mat, I don't have to come back to Cricut Design Space and select the material again. Please remember to only use this if you are using the same material for both pages. Otherwise, it will not cut through and you'll have the same problems as I mentioned earlier. Along with my Cricut, I'm only going to need these few things for this title. This is my brayer to help my paper stick to my mat better. I have 2 pieces of medium AC cardstock. This is a 216 GSM cardstock, it's nothing fancy. And then I have my Cricut cutting mat. So I'm going to be using my standard grip mat. You can use either a standard grip or a light grip mat. Do not use the purple mat, as that is strong grip, which will tear your cardstock. As you will see, it has a piece of plastic on the top. We need to remove that before cutting because it reveals the sticky part behind it. We are starting off with the white. So I am going to take the white piece of cardstock, place it on the sticky side within the grid area that is sticky. I'm then going to take my brayer and press it down to make sure that it'll stick to the mat very well. If you want to speed things up a little bit, you can also have the black piece of cardstock loaded in the other corner, because you can load these mats from this way as well as that way. What we will do is we will cut this one, turn the mats around, and then cut this section. So it's a little tip if you want to move things a little bit quicker. And we use the brayer to have that stuck down as well. So I'm going to load this into the machine with the white section at the top facing the inside of the machine. And I'm going to make sure that I'm fitting the mat in between these sections as well as underneath these little areas here on the side. The mat needs to go underneath both of those. And then I'm going to press the load button, which is flashing currently. And the machine will pull the mat in, and it'll pull it in right the way. So make sure there is space behind the machine as well. I'm going to be cutting with the normal blade that comes with the machine, so you don't need to change any blade. Just make sure that the silver or gold blade is loaded into your machine. And I'm then going to press the triangle or the Cricut button, depending on which machine you have, which is currently flashing, and it will start cutting. Usually I recommend to check that the material has been cut before unloading it from the machine, but it's a little bit difficult because it's underneath the rollers. So if you can, get your weeding tool underneath the roller to check to see that it has cut through, then please do. I was able to lift the material off from the mat and without it sticking down, so I know that I can unload it as it has cut all the way through. If it hadn't cut all the way through, then all you need to do is press the play button again before unloading your mat. Now, without removing that, we're going to turn the mat around to the black section that's already loaded, and we're going to, once again, place it underneath the little side thingies, not sure what they're called, load the machine, and then we're going to cut it once it starts flashing. And once that's done cutting, we're going to try and check the cut again. It looks to have cut, so we're going to unload it. Now that we've cut both of our pieces, we need to turn the mat over and remove the paper from the mat so that it doesn't curl. Because if you remove the mat from the paper, it will curl. It is more important to do it on this side because these parts are very delicate. So we want to do this very gently. And you can see the little bits that are left on the mat. Those you can just scrape off with your finger. Or if you have a scraper, this is one of my favorite things to use when I've got lots of little bits. You can see it just takes them all off all at once. This is the XL scraper from Cricut. It's fantastic. Put your protective sheeting back on so that you can protect your mat from getting dog hair and cat hair and Kelly hair on it. And we can then safely remove our sentiments from the page. And now it's all about just layering them on and gluing them on. So because it's all one piece, we can very easily just stick it down. You can use many different types of glue. I'm going to be using the Stamperia craft glue. So I'm going to flip these sentiments over. Add some glue dots on the back of the sentiment. And this is where I hesitate to say that I like to use my reverse tweezers because in all actuality I kind of don't. They mess with my head, but they're easy to use for these kinds of things. So I'm going to line this up, press it down, press my tweezers and then remove them. And there we have a beautiful sentiment. And I'm going to do the same on the happy side. If you want to take your card making to the next level, check out this video on the screen as it shows you how I use print then cut to do something similar, but to get much finer, more detailed sentiments. Don't forget to subscribe for more Cricut videos, and remember, be kind to someone today. See you soon.